Ready to unwrap a surprise from Consumer Cellular? Experience the gift of freedom with no contract, no hidden fees, and always free activation. Here comes the holiday surprise. From now till December 31st, new customers can enjoy their second month for free. To get this holiday offer, visit consumercellular.com or call 1-888-FREEDOM and use promo code PODCAST. Act before December 31st to get your second month on us. Use promo code PODCAST.
Good morning. Welcome to the Joy Business Report. Coming up, Cedi to remain relatively stable this week as a positive media budget review this month, among others, will set the tone for a good performance in the second half of this year. Also coming up, bulk distributors of petroleum products engage Bank of Ghana over alternatives for dollar support program to prevent fuel shortage and escalating prices at the pumps. And World Bank Managing Director expected to visit Ghana tomorrow to engage government officials and inspect funded projects. We have details coming up. My name is Daryl Kwa. Thanks for being with us this morning. The Cedi will expect the Cedi to remain relatively stable on the forex market this week. A positive media budget review this month and a successful first evaluation of the International Monetary Fund could set the tone for the local currency's trajectory in the second half of this year. Here's more.
The Cedi lost marginal grounds against the dollar and the other major foreign currencies last week. It lost 0.21% in value to the American greenback. This was as a result of poor forex liquidity and increased dollar demand pressures. The Bank of Ghana provided no support on the spot market. However, the expected $20 million in bi-weekly forex support to bulk oil distributors will cushion the Cedi against volatility. Together with a successful first review of the IMF program and a promising mid-budget review, investor confidence is expected to be boosted, all things being equal. This will reduce the pressure on the dollar and other major foreign currencies.
Well, let's turn to the currency market this morning. The dollar going for 11 cedis 75 pesos on the forex or retail market. The pound selling at 15 cedis and the euro going for 12 cedis 65 pesos. Now, leadership of the coalition of individual bondholders groups has called off plans to picket at the Finance Ministry this morning. This follows the announcement by the Finance Ministry of complete payment of all outstanding coupons and principals to individual bondholders up until June 19. Furthermore, it has instructed the timely settlement of coupons due July 10. In a statement, it reiterated the government's commitment to maintaining open and constructive engagement with the leadership of the coalition of individual bondholders groups. Now, convener Cedi Hosi described the move as victory for all bondholders.
Also confirmed that some of the listed payments have actually hit the banks. We think that by midday today, the rest would officially hit because it goes through the process. This is a big victory for all our gallant members, sympathizers, and dependents of our membership who have shown the resolve to demand that which is right, that which is just. For ordinary citizens who are going through very difficult times, hardships, and I'm really grateful that the ministry has woken up to this responsibility and honoring its word. The Joint Steering Committee of the IBAG and also the IBF raised the decision to suspend it with all these payments made. But the suspension, let's get it very clear. Government must remain honorable to its commitments and word.
That was Cedi Hosi, a convener of the coalition of individual bondholders groups. Now, the World Bank Managing Director in charge of operations, Anna Cedi, is set to pay an official working visit to Ghana from tomorrow, July 12th to the 15th. Now, this will be her first visit to Ghana since her appointment in April this year. She will be accompanied by the World Bank Vice President for Western and Central Africa, Osman Diagana, and she's expected to engage several government officials during her visit, including President Akufo-Addo and Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta. Cedi is expected to inspect some World Bank-funded projects and engage officials on some structural reform initiatives. You're listening to the Joy Business Report. In other news, bulk oil distributors of petroleum products have started engaging the Bank of Ghana over alternatives for its dollar support program for fuel imports. It is coming after the central bank indicated its decision to continue with the program despite an International Monetary Fund opposition. Chief Executive of the Chamber of Bulk Oil Distributors, Dr. Patrick Ekufori, says the BDCs are doing everything possible to ensure that any review does not affect fuel supply and prices at the pumps.
We've been in constant touch with the BOG through the auctioning program arrangement, and the key personnel of the bank have also been very resourceful and helpful in ensuring that we both come up with innovative and creative ways to ensure that in future we can have alternative processes to ensure that our FX requirement is never in doubt, and that we can also find a way of sanitizing the market and ensure that whatever gains that we make from such transactions are passed on to the consumer. So I think the engagement continues, and we're more than confident that we can come up with something innovative, hopefully in the next couple of months before even this window comes to a close.
You had Chief Executive of the Chamber of Bulk Oil Distribution Companies, Dr. Patrick Ekufori. Now, the Minister of Trade and Industry, Cedi Hammond, has expressed commitment to support the refinery of crude oil from the Jubilee field at the yet-to-be completed local refinery, Central Oil, in Tema. This is part of other measures aimed at strengthening the petroleum industry. The minister's call follows the request by managers of the company to use local crude oil for the test run, which is likely to begin in August this year. Cedi Hammond also promised to work on getting some tax release for the company.
I'm going to work very hard at that. Quite a bit, well, if not all of our current production, I think, has been forward traded. But it seems to me significant that a structure of this caliber should be run with the crude from this country. I'm going to speak with the Minister for Energy. Obviously, it will be on the table of the President, and we'll take it from there. But it's an interesting proposition that I intend to take up. One of the facilities that we provide under the 1D, 1F program is to ensure that companies are provided with exemptions from various taxations, waivers, and the lot.
Minister of Trade and Industry, Cedi Hammond there. On the commodity market this morning, crude oil increased in price, open trading at $78 a barrel. Gold gained almost $4. It's selling this morning at $1,928 an ounce. Cocoa is trading at $3,335 a ton after going up by $25. Now, the Institute of Statistical, Social and Economic Research has pointed out that investing in the agri sector without diversifying the funds to the value chain will yield little results. According to ISA, even though the sector has received a lot of funds over the past 6 years, the focus has been on production, neglecting storage and processing. Speaking to Joy Business, Director Professor Peter Korte said the sector holds the potential for economic transformation if agro-processing is given the needed attention.
There's a lot of room for improvement if we really want to maximize the gains from agri. They need to ensure that there's much more irrigation instead of relying on rain-fed agriculture. They need to ensure that we mechanize. They need to ensure that we add value to agricultural products, and also supporting the value chain. So it's not just producing. If you support them with inputs and there is a glut, the following year they will not invest. But if you support them through the value chain, production, marketing, storage, etc., I believe that will be a long-term solution to promoting the agricultural sector. It's been resilient, and I think we should do a bit more to ensure that that sector is really accelerated in terms of its growth.
That was Director of ISA, Professor Peter Korte. On Investor Eye today, it is always important to diversify your investments, reduce the risk of losing in the capital market. Let's listen to Director General of the Securities and Exchange Commission, Reverend Daniel Ogbamitete, as he gives some advice on how to diversify investments to avoid losing your money.
That no matter how good the returns are, you still must respect the principle of diversification. Because if you put all your eggs in one basket and there's a false move, you lose everything. Okay, so I think we need to revisit the issue of how we invest and how we ensure that we avoid concentration risk. What is really happening with this domestic debt issue is that the issuer, in this case, the